Now, STIHL are replacing the iconic MS261, a firm favourite with tree care professionals and arborists. But what are they replacing it with? Well, yes, a brand new saw. That is the MS300. And in this video, we're going to check it out, do a deep dive under the covers and see how this thing's actually built. So let's get to it. So after 100 years of manufacturing tools, it only seems right that STIHL bring out a brand new petrol chainsaw to follow on from the MS400.1 last year and the firm favourite, the MS500i. So STIHL claim that this chainsaw has the best power to weight ratio of any 50cc petrol chainsaw in its class. It has the acceleration of an MS500i. It has got power to weight ratio that far exceeds the MS261, and there is a host of different features on this saw that make it so much more productive than the older machine. So let's take a look at the differences between the two. Right, so let's get to the nitty gritty of it. Let's look at the engine performance. So on the new MS300, it's got a 53.2cc engine compared to 50.2cc on the MS261. This engine produces 3.3 kilowatts compared to 3 kilowatts on the MS261. So it should be a notable difference in performance with this new saw. Right, so let's talk about power to weight ratio. So the new saw is 100 grams lighter than the MS261. So as a power head, the old saw, the MS261, is 4.9 kilos, whereas the new MS300 is 4.8 kilos. Now that produces a power to weight ratio of 1.63 kilos to a kilowatt compared to 1.45 kilos to kilowatt on the new MS300. Now that is a big difference when we're talking about the power to weight ratio of a chainsaw. Now if you combine that with the torque upgrade from 3 Newton meters up to 3.4 Newton meters, that means there's a 15% difference in performance between these two machines. Not that I'm going to get to use the chainsaw first, am I, James? I think you are. You normally do. That's it. I'm not bitter or anything. Yeah. Right, I've taken 5 minutes out and I have told myself that I am going to be using this saw at some point. The rest of the features, the new MS300 is quieter than the MS261. We'll put the data up on the screen so you can see that. They both run M-Tronic, but the new MS300 runs M-Tronic 3 compared to M-Tronic on the MS261, and they do both run aluminium pistons. And everyone loves a chainsaw that accelerates rapidly. So the new MS300 is meant to be comparable to the MS500i. Yes, that's right, a fuel injected chainsaw. That is giving a 35% increase over the MS261. This thing is gonna rip. So that's the technical differences here between these two saws. I think it's now time to take the covers off and have a look underneath. So the standard cutting equipment that comes with the MS300 is the Light 04 guide bar with the Super Pro RS chain, which is 1.3mm by 325. You'll be able to have that in 14, 16 or 18 inch variants. And from 2027, you'll also be able to buy this with the Hexa chain. Right, so let's take a look at the clutch. Now, you've still got that sort of inboard clutch system. Obviously circle it there. And we'll have a look at the difference between this and the 261. So you've got 325 by 8 rim sprocket, and on the MS261 we just stripped apart, you got 325 by 7 rim sprocket. Right, so I've seen a couple of comments on some threads recently, people asking questions about the clutch bearing on the MS300. So you see that, I'll just bring over the MS261. Now there is a big difference there. You can see the difference in thickness of the cage and the actual needles and the actual depth of it as well. So that MS300 clutch bearing is going to be substantially more longer wearing compared to the MS261. So it's quite nice to see that they've upgraded that. And there we go, just side by side showing the differences here with the construction of both machines. You see you've got sort of like a rubber mounting there, AV mount on the MS300 compared to like a foam mount on the MS261. Right, so let's have a look at the oil pumps. So obviously normal worm gear there, which is plastic, but obviously can be replaced. Just take that circlip off on the drive worm there. Pump wise, they look exactly the same. Don't think there's any difference there. You still use your normal plug spanner to adjust your fuel flow rate. Okay, let's look at the rear of the machine next. So on the MS300, we got more of a curved design on the throttle lever, which is asymmetric compared to the MS261, which is just a straight design. If we flip them over as well, when you're doing plunge cuts, you've actually got more material on the handle here, so it's obviously going to be more comfortable, better for knee supporting as well. And as you see, we've got more straight ribs here on the bottom of the MS300, so if you're doing a lot of limbing, or if you're dragging the saw along a log, it means it's going to be smoother to use this saw compared to the MS261, which obviously is going to accumulate more dirt as well in around these areas. Now, it's obviously really nice to have a clear fuel tank, but how do you know your level of your fuel in there? Well, they've added a 50% marker now, so when it gets down to that mark there, you know you've got 50% of your fuel left in the tank. So before we take the top cover off, you can see we've got felling lines that run from the top cover all the way down to the recoil housing. But one nice addition is they've got these plunge cut lines now. So with the guide bar on, they actually run parallel with the chain. So you know when you're boring into a bit of timber or into a tree, you know where your plunge is going to sit. You've got the steel elasto start, which obviously gives a bit of spring when you pull in the recoil rope. You've also got the decompressor on the top of the machine as well. And you'll also be able to buy this chainsaw as a heated handlebar version as well. Right, let's take off the recoil housing and the top cover and see what's under there. So obviously the first thing you can see is the filter. This is the HD2 filter that still fit to a lot of their Petrol Pro machines. It's washable, it's got a large surface area, and it gives good performance. Now you'll see the electronics in here. It's running the M-Tronic 3 system. So this adjusts the carburetor slightly richer to prevent potential piston seizures, but also without sacrificing the performance of the machine. So a couple of the features that are different on the M-Tronic 3 over competitors on the market, you'll find with the M-Tronic 3, it's more dynamic. It responds faster to fuel demand and acceleration. It calibrates for maximum power. It obviously aids cold starting as well, and it will be calibrated a lot quicker without cutting into wood. So we'll take the recoil housing off very shortly and have a look under there and have a look how that filters the air before it gets the air filter. But just having a look at between the two here, the MS300 has got more cooling fins compared to the MS261. This one's running a CMR6H spark plug on the MS300. And I think this is a BPMR 6 or 7A that's running in the MS261. But obviously this one still runs the HD2 filter as well. And you've still got the nice throttle levers. I do like having a metal throttle rod there for engagement of the throttle itself. And one thing I do like about STIHL chainsaws is you've got the one lever operation. So you've got your choke position, you've got your normal running, and you've got your stop position, which returns ready to restart the machine. Now we are planning on doing a range of different videos with this new saw. So if you want to make sure you don't miss out on it, we will do MS261 versus MS300. We'll do a first cut video as well. And we'll put it up against side by side against other competitor machines. So to make sure you don't miss out, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ding that notification bell, like this video, and there's a little hype feature as well at the bottom of the screen. If you could hype the video, we would love you to be able to do that because it just helps our channel grow. Anyway, let's have a look underneath the recoil housing and see what we got underneath there. So this is something I haven't actually realised, but the MS261, this is a 2020 model, so I'm presuming this is one of the newer ones. This actually comes with a plastic recoil housing. So the MS300 comes with a magnesium one, which there's not really much difference in weight, but obviously that's going to be a stronger construction. Now under the recoil housing itself, they look both very similar, except for you've got a slightly different flywheel on the MS300. Sort of, I would say, a slightly lighter flywheel compared to the MS261. Now we have been told by STIHL that the pre-filter separation is meant to be very, very efficient on the brand new MS300. Right, so next thing, let's whip the exhaust off and see what's going on underneath there. Now just taking the exhaust off on the MS261, you can clearly see that on the 300 you've actually got like a upgraded heat shield, whereas on the 261 over here it doesn't actually look like there's a heat shield fitted, or if it is, it's very limited. There's just a gasket in there. So you can see the exhaust is a slightly different shape of the MS300 here compared to the 261. But if we turn them around, look at the exhaust ports, different direction. Which means on the back of here, on the MS300, just take that heat shield off. You've got twin rings on the piston, if you can see that in there. Lovely. And on the 261, presumably
It's going to be very similar. 2 rings on there.
It's a very similar piston setup, but slightly different on the exhaust system. Potentially, I suppose if changing the exhaust, they may have got more power out of this saw by doing that. Now obviously there's a lot of similarities, so you've still got your side chain tensioning on both chainsaws, AV mount systems very similar on both as well. Obviously fuel caps, quick release, quarter turn fuel caps, clutch covers, little bit of a change. They've just changed the accent colour there, so still in black on the 261. The MS300 obviously orange, that just falls in line with the brand new MS400 styling that they brought out. But obviously with all those changes, they still wanted to keep the reliability and the robustness of the MS261, and it's definitely going to be interesting when we do the first cut with this saw. Anyway, let's get this back together and do a bit of a roundup. Now STIHL have put a retail price on this particular model at $1,089 inclusive VAT, and heated handlebar versions at $1,159 inclusive VAT. So I thought at this point it's a good opportunity to swing in the MS400.1. So this was released last year. This is a 60cc class chainsaw, and as you can see, the new MS300 is almost like a smaller version of the MS400 with very similar styling. Now I just wonder with STIHL and their range, whether or not they're going to phase out some of their older designs and potentially upgrade them to these sort of newer versions. So to put it into context of where we're to with the MS300, where it sits in the range, this is obviously the first rear-handled pro chainsaw in their sort of market. Then we move up to the MS400.1, then it's the MS462, which we've actually got on the wall up there. Then it's the MS500i fuel injected, then the MS661, which is obviously 90cc class, and then you get the big boy, the MS881, which is 120cc. Now even the styling on some of the domestic saws that they brought out in the last couple of years has gone to the more of this sort of orangey branding. So I don't think it's going to be very long until we see some more new petrol chainsaws coming out from STIHL. But in a nutshell, this new MS300 is meant to provide better fuel efficiency, more acceleration, more power, and obviously better handling. But I'm not going to be able to use it. The next video we're going to bring out on this will be with James using it for the first time in the woods, doing some cutting, and then we'll do a comparison against the MS261 and actually show you the real difference in power between these saws. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, ding that notification bell, and like this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this saw. Do you think it is an upgrade? Is it something that's on your shopping list, or have you already got one? And let us know how you're getting on with it. Anyway, we're Machinery Nation, and we bring you product videos every week all about tools and machinery. We linked another video at the bottom, probably put the MS400.1 in there, so if you are looking for a bigger saw, check that video out, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Cheerio!